Good evening, good evening, good evening. How you doing? It's your girl Janine with Symphony Reads. Um, wow, it's the evening and I'm excited to kind of get into. The day started out great, but the night is a little shaky, but it's okay. We're gonna make it through. Not every day is sunshine, so we're just gonna make it through. Um, as always, visit us on Facebook. We have a beautiful Facebook community, and that's Symphony Reads Ministry. Or you can also find us on Facebook as Symphony Reads. We have a closed prayer group, and that's Symphony Reads Prayer Group. And you do have to request to join that group. And as soon as I see the request, of course, I would definitely approve it. And we also, and I just realized this, we have an Instagram. Not much, but we do. I almost forgot that it was created, but we do have an Instagram, so you can also get on Instagram, um, and that is Symphony Reads. Yep, Symphony Reads. So we're definitely on Instagram, and you can kind of catch up with us there as well. But you can always give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. 240-681-9275. That's 240-681-9275. And also email. We love emails. We really do. We want to hear from you. Symphony Reads with an S at gmail.com. That's Symphony Reads with an S at gmail.com. And just, you know, um, we are about inspiring, motivating, encouraging any and everyone who needs it through life's journey, through life's struggle. And, we look into my life a lot. I use it as, if I'm going to talk about anybody, I'm going to talk about me, my do's and don'ts. I give both, mostly don'ts, but I do give both. And, it's just taking that journey with me. And I hope that something, really resonates with any of you, Um, and I understand my struggles are not necessarily your struggles. And so, but I just hope that something resonates. And, I believe in God. And so Symphony Reads is a ministry because, a lot of the principles that we believe definitely comes from Scripture. And what uplifts is Scripture. And, and how can that be applied to your life? So you'll get a lot of that as well. And I just try to keep it 100. I really do. I try to keep it very straightforward as I can. And, I look at it from a dedication to those who suffer with mental illness. No, you don't have to have a mental illness to be a part of Symphony Reads. It's a dedication because that's a struggle that I have. So I always, even the books that I write, the poetry, it's all dedicated to mental health because that is a major struggle that I've gone through. I talk about quite often, and I'm part of some groups that deal with it. And people think sometimes when you are a Christian, when you're in the church and you lead praise and worship, or you're on the pulpit, that you just don't have these problems. And that's just a myth. It's just not true. Ministers, pastors, reverends, elders, priests, whatever the title that is, they're human, and they go through whatever it is that they go through. They have family drama too. They go through, and you, you know, they go through, and their method probably is prayer, going through the scriptures, having people pray for them, same thing. It's no different than anybody else. So it's just, so I talk about these things because we put them on pedestals, and they're just as human as anybody else. And they fall, and yeah, they're held to a definitely a higher standard because of what they do within the church, and they're supposed to be leading souls. So that's not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying, when we put people on pedestals so much, and then they do something, whatever that is, we're like shaken, and the church suffers because of that. Seriously, it just suffers, and it's like, oh my goodness, oh, and and they're just as human as anybody else, and go through as anybody else, and need to be encouraged as anybody else, need to be fed the word just like anybody else. So you'll hear me at times talk about that, or just make light of that. And so, like I said, I just use my life, honestly. It's not an open book, but it's as open as I can allow it to be. And there's a couple premises that I just believe. God is with us always. God is with us always, always. He is with us. He is with us. He is with us. He loves us. I have a thing that says God loves you, so you love you. It's okay to love yourself. I'm all about self love, and stopping the self negative talk that we do sometimes to ourselves, or beating ourselves up, or holding ourselves to a totally different standard that we don't even hold anybody else to. And one of the scriptures that I really do like, and that is Isaiah 41:10, where it says, and it tells us not to fear, for I, God, is with you. Be not dismayed, for I, God, am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And that, just speaks to me. And it's a couple of others, actually, that I'm really, uh, probably right now, been doing a lot of Isaiah, in the book of Isaiah reading. So you may hear me from time to time talk about Isaiah, or share scriptures that has really blessed me in Isaiah. And so let's just get right into, because I spent a little bit more time on that than I wanted to. But today is the 12th, and it's the family you choose. Let me put that up here. It says your community is the family you get to choose. Choose wisely, connect with others consciously. Some friendships will grow and shift along with you, while others will dissolve as you evolve. Try not to take this personally. It doesn't make the relationship any less valuable. Faithfully honor the friends that grow with you. Cherish them. Consider yourself one of the lucky ones to have such long friendships. And when time allows, welcome new friendships with curiosity, love, and a wide open heart. These new friends, too, can become a part of your beautifully curated family. And I like this, because it's not talking about the bond between the family you were born into. Your mom and your dad, and your sisters and brothers, if that's what you have, um, aunts, uncles, all of that. That you're born into these families. This is the family that we get to create, to bring into what I would consider the inner circle, that inner bonding place, that where you may have started out as a friend, you developed into a friend, and it developed into something more, where they're still your friends, but they're more like family. And I think we've had those friendships that you've been friends forever. You've known those friends for years. I mean, I'm talking, I have a friend. We don't talk that much now, but she checks on me. I check on her. I, I know our brothers are friends, and if I ever wanted to know how she's doing, I can call my brother. Oh, how you doing? How's she doing? She good? Okay, good. Let her know I said hi. And if we see each other in passing, and when we have little reunions, we talk. But I've known her for like 39, 40 years. I've known her for about 4. No, okay. Um, no, that's about right, actually. I was just trying to think in my head. I'll be nice. 'Cause I don't want to seem like I'm too old. I'll be nice about it, but I think I'm really close to how long me and her have we've known each other. Our families know each other. Um, wow, is it really that long? Yeah. So I was hoping that I was kind of exaggerating a wee bit, and nope, I am not. We have been friends. We've known each other for like 40 years. Oh my gosh. What? That is insane. But anyway, and the way our friendship works, it has developed, is we've just known each other so long. And our brothers made us do a pact called the Friends for Life. And so, like I said, we don't talk on an everyday basis, but we touch bases all the time with each other, and catch up to where what's going on in her life, what's going on in my life, what's going on in our brothers' lives, because our brothers are friends as well. And so, I know if I see her brother, I'll be like, oh, how's they doing? And he'll be like, oh, she doing good. I'll tell her you said hi. Okay. Or, if something happens and, you know, uh, she knows how to reach out. She'll call, or vice versa, I'll call her. Or, sometimes I'll see something that may seem a little personal that might have been put on Facebook, and I'll call her up, and be like, hey, what's going on? Let me pray for you. You pray for me, I pray for you. So that's someone who I've just known a long time. And the friendship has it's changed. It's not as tight knit, but she knows I'm always there for her, and vice versa. And then, I think I have, not even think, I know I have two beautiful souls. They are the most amazing, intelligent, loving, caring, just strong women that I've just ever met in my life. And I'm scared on how long we've probably been friends, but I think me and Nick probably, wow, that's like 30, maybe. I'm so bad with, that's about 30 years there, I'm thinking. And me and Pre, that's about 20 years there. But those two, they are like, I don't even call them best friends or friends, or they are my sisters. Those two are my sisters. They are my sisters from different parents. Um, our friendship is tried and true. We're like the little trio, the three of us, and I'm just blessed that they are my inner circle. You know what I'm saying? They are truly my inner circle, and I'm very blessed to have that, and to say that I still have that with them. And they are the ones that when we met, it didn't start that strong, like anything. It developed, it grew, as the time. When time shifted, they were still there. When I was growing and doing, and they were growing and doing, we were all still there for one another, and just, connected on that deep level. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, like right now, honestly, and I think they're asleep, but I can promise you, if I called, even left a message, and I can give so many examples of just when they were just there, like out of just there, for me, or vice versa. I was there for them. And yeah, and it grew and it developed that way. And I know even though we don't talk every single day, or even, or, we talk at least once a month, you know what I'm saying? If nothing else, um, we will talk. But if anything goes down, I know I can call on them and they will be there. If nothing else, they'll listen to me, and vice versa. I don't care if I have to get in a car and go travel. You need me there, I will be there. I'm there. So those are those connections that we make, that it doesn't happen overnight. But as it says, when you grow, they just kind of grow with you, and that doesn't mean that we go through the same things, or they like everything I do, or I like, no, it's none of that. But they take me for who I am, I take them for who they are. And when stuff happens and I need that advice, I know who I'm calling. I know who's there for me. I know it is just test true in time that they have always been there for me, even in my darkest. And I think I feel like out of the three of us, I have the darkest moments. That just shows you I was probably crazy back in the day, boy. But I know, I think we all have our times, but I always felt like I'm just a problem child. I was just a problem child. I was the black sheep, whatever you want to call it. So, but they've always been there. I always had a listening ear. And they'll tell me when I'm wrong. See, that's how you know when you have that it's just, they the ones who can sit there and tell you flat, but you're wrong. I mean, let you have it for being wrong, but be like, but I'll talk to you tomorrow. I love you. I'm gonna check on you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they giving you the ride at, and I mean, but it's that love. You know what I'm saying? And so, and even my family, they know, they know Nick, they know Pre, they know them, and they were like, so when if nobody else show up, for the most part, they already know where Pre, where Nick. That's my mom and my dad. Be like, where they at? Okay. Really? Everything okay? Everything good? So, it's good to have that. But I'm just saying it doesn't come overnight. That's just, the way it kind of it moved that way. It transformed that way. And then, I've had friends who I've met and we're friends. And I would say maybe not even on that deeper level, but excuse me, they're there for me, I'm there for them. you know we've gotten to know each other, and they're good people. But like, there were seasons where that might have been for a couple of years, and then after that, I, I don't even know if they still live in the same state as me, like nothing. And I used to take it so personal when that would happen, and I would take it very personal. And I had to learn, you can't take those things personal, because when people come into your life, they're for reasons and seasons, and some will be for a lifetime. And I believe that I was blessed to have my lifetime sisters. I was blessed to have that and got it early, you know, very blessed to have that and got it early. And so, but I used to take it so personal. I used to just take it really personal, like, oh, am I not a good person? But no, because they were there for a reason, for that time period, for whatever reason. Maybe it was something I needed to learn from them, or they were learning something from me, or both, And you have to look at that, and sometimes they're not supposed to grow with you as you move on in your life, or as they move on in your life. maybe your beliefs become very different. I don't know. Like, I have some friends, we were in high school together. I had some friends there, and they, I see them, and they're good people, but their beliefs are not like it's questionable. Of certain things, I'm not into like tarot card readings and um, you know all of that type stuff. I'm just not into it, um, and that's kind of borderline different things for me, and it's something I don't really understand that well, and so I would say they're heavier into that. So okay, that's you. That's what well, let me go over here, and again, not that they're bad people, but it's just we grew differently in what we believe, and it's their right to believe what they believe, and it's my right to believe what I believe. But it no longer fit is what I'm getting at. It just no longer fit, and but they went their way and I went mine, and I wish them well. You know, and if I see them, it's great. I'm not like, oh, I don't want to talk to you. It's not about that. You know, but again, so not everybody is gonna fit into where you are now, how you've grown as a person, and you're not gonna fit in everybody else's of how you've grown as a person or how they have grown as a person, and that's okay. But what do you take from that relationship when it was there? What did you learn from that? That it's no different than if you have like a boyfriend girlfriend relationship, and what did you take when y'all obviously didn't get married or anything, but you learned something from that relationship that you had. Maybe you learned that you was a lot stronger than you thought you were, whatever the situation is. Maybe you learned that that's not the way you want to treat people or you want to be treated. um, I don't know, but sometimes we have to take that step back and just look at that. how, how did this person, okay, we're not really friends anymore, but what do I take from the relationship? And I think when I meet people now, and depending on who they are, and I can kind of see how we bonded, or which is cool. And then it's like, oh, I ask myself in my mind, I go, so Lord, what is this about? What is this about? What am I to to what's happening here? And I really ask that question, like, oh, okay, what am I happening here? Is this a season? This is what's the reason? And so, and then sometimes it's just totally different than what I thought it would be. And it's fine, but sometimes you know this person, and again they become like a friend to you, and you've been a friend to them, and you think it's that okay, they're going to be one of my longtime friends. Turn out you're not friends with them no more, but you still friends with the one. That's who you were supposed to meet. That's why they were there, to meet that person, because that was their friend. You know what I'm saying? So some people call that the 6 degrees of separation type thing. So you just never know the connection to why you're meeting who you're meeting. And I say too, you will have a friend to learn what a friend is, a true friend is in your life. Sometimes you got to go through some bad ones and how they treat you, and vice versa, how you treat them, to understand when you have a good one or good ones. And you learn in life, not everybody is your friend, not everybody is your family, but you get to choose that. You get to choose who you let into that inner circle, or the family, as they say it here. You get to choose that. And you do choose wisely. There's a lot of discernment involved in that. And some of it takes care of itself. You know what I'm saying? And you can't force it. It'll do what it's gonna do on its own. But what I'm saying is you can't be distraught. If, you've been friends with someone, let's just say 10 years, and then all of a sudden y'all not friends anymore for whatever reason. And yeah, it's painful because when you lose a friend, and I've talked about that before, it's painful. You should grieve it because that's like, wow, 10 years, that's a long time. No different than a marriage. At that point, if wow, grieve it, but understand what you learned from it and move on. And it's a process. It's an absolute process, and it's not always you. It's not always something personal. Like, it's just something physically wrong with you. And I used to think that. I used to think it was just something physically wrong with me to why I couldn't maintain certain friendships. And honestly, some of those friendships, they could never be part of my family because they were toxic relationships, or I became toxic within the relationship. Or, again, it was toxic. It was not supposed to be. But again, so it's tried and true. And, you can't take those things personally. You have to kind of just evaluate. And that's just all I will say to that. So we get to choose that. And then when you do get those connections like that family, that inner circle, you honor that. You honor that, and you treat it well. You treat it absolutely well. You treat it like like I said, you treat it like it's golden, it's platinum, whatever. You treat it, and you honor it, and you respect it, and you work at it. Any relationship, I don't care what it is, takes work. It takes absolute work. So honor, those relationships. I don't think it's anything wrong with honor. Let them know. I always say, give people their flowers now. Don't wait till they go away, or they're not here, or you're not. Give them flowers now. Tell them people you love them. Let them know that they are appreciated, and how their friendship, their family, they're in your inner circle. How much they mean to you, you know, and it's a blessing. So having this is a blessing because it absolutely reminded me that I was blessed to have that inner circle and to have that type of friendship. And it wasn't one that, I was born into. We we chose each other, and it just grew. And I'm very blessed, very, very blessed to have that in my life. And I think you would be very blessed to see it. And sometimes when you think it's not there, because again, sometimes if if you look at it this way, oh, well, we're not talking every day, so maybe we're not really friends. It's no, because there are times in our relationship with Nick and Pri that no, we don't talk every day. I would say me and Pri probably talk more because we live in the same state where Nick doesn't. And but that doesn't mean we don't talk or visit. And so we might not see each other every day. We're not calling each other every day. But when the chips, I'm telling you, I'm come a rolling. They come a rolling. You know, I could probably text right now or call, and they'll call me back. What's wrong? What happened? This is not like you to call this late at night. What's going on? To the point they know if they couldn't get to me for whatever reason, they got my mama number. Mom, what's up? How you doing? Where is Janine? She tripping. She not calling. She whatever. And vice versa. I can call their mama. I got their numbers. So I'm just saying, that and that just took time. So I'm very blessed to have them in my life. And no, we don't always talk all the time, but how has it? How do you see it in your life? Are they still there? Can you go out to dinner and it's like y'all never stop seeing each other talking or anything? So you might have the relationship and just not know that that's what you have. And so, you got to look at that sometimes. And I've been very blessed, very blessed, very blessed. And I believe you can be blessed too. So this just helped me to remind me that I do have that inner circle, that family, that, we chose each other, and that's a blessing and it's something to be cherished. So I hope you got some little nuggets from that. I did. I got some nuggets from there, and it's beautiful. And I'll see you tomorrow for February 13th. See what we learned then. Peace and blessings to you all. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.